Welcome to another episode of the 5 Minute Money Manager. It will be summer soon, and many people will be taking vacations with their families. I can remember when my children were young, my wife and I decided to go to Disneyland. We didn't have a lot of money at the time and knew it would be difficult coming up with the necessary funds. We were living in Southern California, so driving to the park wasn't too expensive. It was the entrance fees and the cost of food in the park that was our concern. We couldn't afford both. Our solution was to skip the high-priced food in the park, skip fast food outside the park, and bring lower-cost food and snacks with us. The day of our trip to Disneyland, we packed a loaf of bread, peanut butter, jelly, and a few snacks. I can remember making peanut butter and jelly sandwiches in the Disneyland parking lot. We had a lot of fun on that vacation, without the high-priced food. After Disneyland, we used the same strategy on many more family vacations. We've eaten peanut butter and jelly sandwiches at Niagara Falls, in New York City, Washington, D.C., San Francisco, the Grand Canyon, and almost every place in between. We would laugh about all the peanut butter and jelly sandwiches we had eaten on our travels, and began referring to our trips as peanut butter vacations. The name stuck, and in our family, going on a peanut butter vacation has simply come to mean being frugal. That is, to quote the Merriam-Webster dictionary, careful in the use of one's money or resources. I don't eat many peanut butter and jelly sandwiches these days. However, I still try to practice the principles of being frugal. How can you be more frugal on your vacations? Or to put it in the Anderson terminology, how can you go on more peanut butter vacations? Now, I'm not suggesting that you should only eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches on your travels, but that you consider ways to cut down on expenses. The first place to start is close to home. Have you seen and done all the interesting and fun things within a day's drive of where you live? Day trips are generally less expensive because you don't have to pay for lodging and can eat some of your meals at home before or after the trip. Also, consider packing an ice cream scoop and buying a carton of ice cream at a grocery store instead of purchasing high-priced ice cream cones at your destination. Another cost-saving strategy: skip the souvenir shops. If you absolutely must have a Mickey Mouse t-shirt, look at thrift shops and garage sales before your trip. Do your homework in advance. Look online for free or low-cost things to see and do in the areas you'll be visiting. For example, many museums will offer a free day each month. Check out the various transportation options. Many tourist locations offer low-cost passes, which allow you to ride the bus, train, or subway for a flat fee for one day or several days that you'll be visiting the city. Also, some credit unions and other businesses offer discounts on passes for amusement parks and museums. Check into this long before your vacation so that you can purchase these if they're available. You can save a lot of money by cutting back on your lodging expenses. For example, you could throw a tent and some sleeping bags in your car before your trip and camp along the way instead of staying in expensive hotels. Or if you don't want to stay in a campground, consider searching for less expensive lodging. After all, you are there to see the destinations, not the four walls of your hotel room. You may not be staying in a 5-star hotel, but as long as it's clean and in a safe area of the city, it may be perfectly adequate for your family. When searching for a hotel, look for one that includes breakfast. Also, many hotels provide microwaves and refrigerators. Rather than eating out for each meal, bring some of your food from home or purchase it at grocery stores along the way. Instead of camping or staying in a hotel, perhaps you can find a cost-free place to stay on your vacation. Do you have any relatives or old friends who live in or near the places you'd like to visit? They may be happy to have your family stay with them for the few days you'll be in town. As a bonus, they may enjoy being your tour guide while you're in the area. If you stay with family or friends, don't wear out your welcome, and be sure to reciprocate their hospitality by inviting them to come visit you. Thanks for listening, and have a fun peanut butter vacation.